With a new Kryptonite threat occupying Clark Kent's time and energy, who will make time for Superman's best friend? Well, let's hop into the pages of Superman Unlimited issue number 3 and find out together, shall we? So then, in what I can only consider a bit of perfectly timed multimedia synergy, a good chunk of this brand new issue actually focuses not on Superman, but on his beloved pet Krypto the Superdog, who I gotta admit they've actually done a pretty good job priming the pump and bringing him back into continuity slowly but surely in a bunch of the other books. And yes, his breed has once again changed to match the movies. How about that? In these flashbacks, Clark talks about how hard it was. How hard it was for Krypto as a puppy to really get a hang of Earth, and I mean, can you blame him? Imagine having all that animal instinct and all that good-natured mischief, but with the powers of a god. Most dogs just bark at the moon, but Krypto has the actual power to fly there if he wants, well, most of the way there. Before young Clark has to go and make the save. Imagine still if a dog could actually catch any car he wanted. A skill that would actually come in super handy in the future when it comes to catching bad guys. In fact, bad guys who get busted by Krypto are so embarrassed. Their schemes were thwarted by a dog they swear to just tell everyone that it was Superman who busted them. Furthermore, these guys might be crooks, but they're not monsters. Even they won't pop a shot off at Krypto. A good boy's still a good boy, don't you know? Krypto manages to do all of this and still make it home in time for breakfast at the Kent apartment. It's there that Clark is going over his itinerary for the day, which includes doing a big write-up on the local science expo, and hey, we actually first saw that the science expo was in town in Action Comics a couple issues back. Naturally, Clark is worried though because of El Caldero and their brand new Kryptonite technology, which will no doubt be on display, meaning that there's a good chance he'll probably be sickened and weakened by the exposure. Still, Lois, who is both his wife and his boss, says that he can't not cover the expo, because if he starts blowing off engagements where Kryptonite might very well be there, then it's only a matter of time before some villain puts together that he and Superman are the same person. Then we have Superman's son, John Kent, who is also at the breakfast table. His parents ask him what he's doing with the day, and we learn that he is helping with some experiments over at Steelworks. But before he can go, Lois and Clark want him to walk Krypto around the world a couple times to tire him out, even though they apparently hire one of Wally West's kids to do that for them. This is also probably the strangest and most eye-raising part of the comic, if you can believe it. As we see John, he's actually wearing his old super hoodie and ripped jeans that he used to wear as Superboy. Even though he hasn't worn it forever and he is very clearly not Superboy, this is the present. They mention Steelworks. It gets even weirder because his parents kind of treat him like a kid in the story, saying he needs to get a job. It gets even weirder when him and Krypto make it to Smallville to have themselves a little check-in with Ma and Pa Kent, because he's framed even smaller in the panels, again making him look like a kid. Like, I'm not going crazy and reading too much into this, am I? People see this, right? It's not just me. Is Slott not up on current events? Did the artist just want to draw a younger John? None of it actually matters. What does matter is that we're actually introduced to a brand new character this issue. Well, actually, we did see her in issue 1, but only for like a second. She's another super intelligent ape from Gorilla City who's been hired by Lois Lane to be the brand new IT person for the big planet expansion project. She also just so happens to be the goddaughter of King Solivar. Her parents are excited for her, but fear the dangers of man's world. They even ask her to travel armed if she's going to be having a layover in Gotham City, which I thought was pretty funny. Now back over with Krypto, John sends him home while he decides to stay behind in Smallville for a bit. It's on the road he catches a scent of something familiar. The scent of old Winslow Schott, aka the Toyman, one of Superman's oldest and most recurring bad guys. Superman and Krypto had fought him back in the day. And after being inactive for a while, it seems like he's on the road again, by which of course I mean very literally Toyman is on his way to Metropolis in some sort of Tonka truck nightmare, with what looks to be an even bigger, nastier surprise inside for when he gets there. Now at the big science expo, Clark realizes something is amiss right away. Using his supervision to read the ultra fine print on a piece of paperwork, he sees that one of the presenters just so happens to be affiliated with Schott and Son, aka the old company that Toyman used to run. Superman understandably jumps to the conclusion that something wicked must be afoot, and only 5 minutes later, his paranoia is justified as Toyman's giant robot seemingly starts attacking the city. Thankfully, Krypto is already on the scene and fighting the good fight on his own. Superman changes and joins the fray. He realizes right away that this robot is a lot stronger than Toyman Superman's regular toys. And that the only way him and Krypto are gonna take it down is if they work together. Superman opens the robot's jaws and sends Krypto inside to tear it up, only to discover way too late that this thing is powered by a Kryptonite fusion generator, meaning poor Krypto ends up falling ill right away. Superman desperately tries to make the save, putting his own life and limb on the line to save the life of his furry friend. However, it seems like the damage has already been done. Perhaps the only way Superman is going to get out of this situation is if he once again makes use of his brand new golden form, somehow hoping if he holds Krypto close enough he can transfer some of the healing abilities of this new form, even if doing so means he will momentarily be weakened and opened up to a counterattack by the Toyman. It's right around here though things end up getting interesting. We see Toyman approach Superman with a gun, but shockingly he doesn't use it on Superman. He uses it to actually patch up the holes in the Kryptonite generator. You see, this Toyman is actually a whole new Toyman, not Winslow's shot at all, but actually his greatest creation, a robot Pinocchio created in his image, and a far more superior computer brain. He's basically the Toyman of tomorrow, if you will. He also claims to not be evil. The big robot was just to show off all the things his brand new Kryptonite generator could do. It could revolutionize energy and help a lot of people in need. Krypto only attacked the giant robot and Toyman because they smelled like the old villainous Toyman. He's a dog, he has no way of telling the difference, right? And as it stands right now, Superman really has no reason to not believe the new Toyman. What I find interesting though is that the sealant this guy uses just so happens to be made of Inertron, a real DC Comics deep cut. This is a wonder metal from the future that Toyman claims he got from the president of El Caldero, but how did he get it? Do you think maybe that big meteorite was made of this stuff, and if so, it was from the future? I wonder. With this big misunderstanding solved, Superman takes Krypto back to the Fortress of Solitude for sunlight healing, and to show that there really are no hard feelings and that this new mechanical Toyman really is on the up and up, he even sends Krypto a get well gift. Yes, it would seem as this comic comes to a close, the new Toyman makes dog toys too. How about that? And so that was Superman Unlimited issue number 3, everybody, and overall I felt this issue was kind of all over the damn place. Not to say I didn't like it, because there was actually a lot to enjoy in this one, but man, the focus could have used a bit of work. Again, completely changing the POV of this story to really make it more about Krypto is a fun idea in theory, but it's one I have to wonder if Slott came up with that idea on his own, or if DC editorial said, hey, we'd really like a Krypto story around this time, here's hoping you can make it work. I will hand it to Slott, this new take on Toyman is pretty damn clever and a great way to split the difference between the old Golden Age Toyman and the creepier version of Toyman that we saw in Superman the Animated Series. I don't think I buy him not being a villain, or at least not being a villain right now. Then again, he could be a red herring. Then again, Joshua Williamson has also done a pretty solid job reforming a lot of classic Superman foes over in his Superman book, so hey, why not Toyman too? Overall, I think I feel comfortable giving this one a 7 out of 10. Enjoyable, if slightly disjointed. Here's hoping issue 4 can really get stuff back on track. Hey there everyone, it's your pal Cape Joel again, and if you're seeing my face right now, that means you watched to the end of the video, and I'll always be grateful for that. Retention helps in this crazy YouTube game, and so does becoming a patron. If you head on down to the description, you can find a link to my Patreon page. Recently just redid all the tiers, a lot of cool stuff offering up there, exclusive commentaries, exclusive polls, behind the scenes concept art for Capes and Quest. That's the brand new D&D show I've started soon. Never been a better time to become a patron. You can become a patron for as little as $1 a month and help the channel grow, and help me continue to deliver content like what you just saw. So I want to thank you all, and I will see you again next time. Bye bye.